Hey folks, we're going to have another look at NGC 4145, and this is with manual set points in terms of the histogram. And as I mentioned earlier, we had a bright star over the top of this galaxy last night, and it made it look like it was a comet, and now that bright star has moved off to here. It's now 9:52, about an hour later than the earlier view. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit to our 105x view and get a sense of, so we can get a sense of 105x. This is about 15 arc minutes, so we've divided the field about thirds, so maybe 6 arc minutes separation between these two at this point. This looks like a bright star, but as I said, it was positioned last night very close to the core of this of NGC 4145. And with that, we're about to launch into the NGC 4200 to 4249 series. Oh, by the way, this is a 30-second exposure with 3 stacks. Lots of nice texture in NGC 4145 as a result. I'm going to go ahead and put it on auto histogram so you can see the difference before I do bail. And for comparo purposes, this is 6 stacks as opposed to 3 or 4 at 5-second exposure of NGC 4145. Off to NGC 4200, the galaxy in Virgo. NGC 4200, we're going to go through all of these quickly because it's getting cold. It's a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 13, 1.5 by 0.8 lenticular spiral, 108 million light years distant. No quotes on distance size tonight. RA 12, 1444, declination plus 12, 1049. 4201's a galaxy once again in Virgo, magnitude 14. 0.9 by 0.8, that works, but it's a lenticular spiral, that corresponds. 240 million light years distant, RA 12, 1441, with a declination of minus 11 degrees, 35 minutes and 0 seconds. 4202, it's a 13.6 magnitude galaxy. It's suspected, but I can't be sure that it was in the field. It certainly wasn't in the middle. 1.2 by 0.7 arc minute size galaxy in Virgo, spiral with a lowercase bc, that works. 256 million light years distant, RA 12, 1808, with a declination of minus 10354. NGC 4203 is a galaxy in Coma-Virgo. Yep, that's it. Magnitude 14.9, 3.5 by 3.2. Pretty much face-on lenticular spiral with a bar. You can see that. 50 million light years distant. RA 12, 1505. Declination plus 33 degrees, 11 minutes, 50 seconds. This one is worthy of a 150x view, and you can see the extension of its aura well outside the core. NGC 4204, look for it. It's a brightish galaxy, but it's very diffuse, if that's it. In Coma-Virgo, yes, magnitude 12.4, 3.6 by 2.9. This is going to have about an average surface brightness of 14.5. Spiral with a bar, lowercase d, undeveloped galaxy, 38 million light years distant, RA 12, 1514, declination plus 20, 39, 32. NGC 4206 is probably that splinter galaxy located right there near that brighter one, which is probably a Messier. Galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 12.1, 6.4 by 1.1 arc-minute spiral BC. Milky Way-esque. 59 million light years distant, larger than the Milky Way, maybe 110K. Whoops, careful. RA 121516, declination plus 1301 and 26 seconds. Let's get them both in before we pause. NGC 4207. Okay, maybe that one? Yeah. Galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 12.5, 1.6 by 0.8, works, spiral lowercase cd. 48 million light years distant, RA 121530, with a declination of plus 9, 35, and 6 seconds. I do believe it's worthy of a little more magnification before we head out. NGC 4208 is that brighty. It's a galaxy in Coma-Virgo. It's also 4212. We'll skip that. Magnitude 11.2, 3.2 by 2 arc-minutes, spiral with lowercase c. 61 million light years distant, RA 121539, declination plus 13, 5405. And yes, in many cases where it has a later number, that means they screwed up in terms of its right ascension, west to east numeration. A little more magnification on that one as we navigate. NGC 4211A. Without a 4211. It's a galaxy in Coma-Virgo, magnitude 14.4, a little bit large for that. 1 by 1 spiral with a lowercase a, so it's got that bright core. We can go with that. 301 million light years distant, fairly large. Right ascension 12, 15, 35. Declination plus 28, 10, and 38 seconds. And where there's an A, there's a B. I did do a little navigation to make sure, and that's this neighboring galaxy here. Magnitude 15.2 in Coma-Virgo. Largish, so all we're seeing is the core. 1.4 by 1.4 arc-minute, spiral with a lowercase a. Wow. 294 million light years distant, RA 121537, declination plus 281009. Neither of them have got a P, which means perturbed, so maybe they're a bit line of sight. NGC 4213, I believe it was visible from the beginning. If that's it. Galaxy in Coma-Virgo, yes. Magnitude 12.5. It's an elliptical, yes, very bright core. 305 million light years distant, RA 121537, declination plus 235855. This is rather large for elliptical, bigger than Messier 31. Okay, there are several galaxies in that field. We're going to have to suss them out. Steve Gottlieb at adventuresindeepspace.com. NGC 4214, let's see if that's our galaxy. Wow, it's got lots of embroiled core, like stars, nodes, whatever you want to call them. It's a galaxy in Canis Venatici. It's also 4228, magnitude 9.8, huge. 8.4 by 7.2 arc-minutes. It looks so irregular, it has to have assimilated several other galaxies, and we are seeing their cores. It is an irregular, 10.8 million light years distant, magnitude 9.8, RA 121539 with a declination of plus 36, 1937. I do want to push the magnification up on this. I'm going to allow it to get a few more stacks as I navigate to the next study. Okay, we now have 12 stacks in. I haven't navigated yet. That is quite a cloud of nebulosity. NGC 4215 has a brighty edge-on galaxy up there. Let's get the data first, and it's also got something that looks more like a star. But Galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 12.1, 1.8 by 0.7, yeah. Spiral with a lowercase a, yeah. 95 million light years distant, RA 121554 with a declination of plus 6, 2404. Centering it up, taking advantage of a little bit more magnification, and then heading out. NGC 4216, that's that beautiful edge-on galaxy there. Maybe we saw it earlier, maybe we didn't. Couple of sliver galaxies flanking it to the north and the east and the south and the west. It's a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 10, 7.8 by 1.8 arc minutes, spiral with a bar, lowercase b. It's got a node in it off to the north and the east, 59 million light years distant. RA 121554 with a declination of plus 130859. I think we'll leave the magnification right there to frame all three of those galaxies. And heading out. NGC 4222, after skipping a number of galaxies either too far north or too far south, is that neighbor galaxy in Coma-Virgo. It's 3 magnitudes fainter, magnitude 13.3, but quite large for 13.3, 3.1 by 0.5 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase cd. This galaxy has really no core whatsoever, just a smear of brightish light towards the center. 61 million light years distant, RA 121622, declination plus 131826. Let's go ahead and push it all the way up, framing both galaxies in the field. And I will look for the next study, which will be 23. NGC 4223 is that brightish galaxy right there. Yes, it does correspond to the data. Galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 13, 2.5 by 1.4 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase a, 88 million light years distant, RA 121725, declination plus 6 degrees, 41 minutes, 23 seconds, worthy of a little bit more magnification, and then heading onward and upward. Once again, another one of those palindromic designations, NGC 4224, galaxy in Virgo, several present. Ooh. This one's magnitude 11.8, 2.5 by 1 arc minute, but the real telling thing is the spiral with a lowercase a, although both of those edge-on galaxies are probably that morphological chart, while the other one up to the right is at north and the east is probably a lenticular. 83 million light years distant, RA 121633, declination plus 7 degrees, 27 minutes, 42 seconds. I'm going to just center them all up, add a little bit more magnification before I head out. Okay, turning the corner now, even though we have a diffraction bar, we can eliminate it from the field with some magnification. NGC 4225, Galaxy Corvus, magnitude 14.7 by 0.5, spiral lowercase a, 233 million light years distant, RA 121638, declination minus 121939. This one would be an interesting check because it's right on the edge of either being photographic or visual magnitude 14. Best to check, adventuresindeepspace.com. NGC 4227 is further north in Canis Venatici, magnitude 12.7, 1.5 by 0.9. Maybe this one here. Let's check its morphological type. Spiral with a bar of the lenticular A. Oh yes, 294 million light years distant, kind of large. RA 121633. Declination plus 33 degrees, 31 minutes and 18 seconds. Let's frame up a few of these galaxies and let's fit them all, as many in as we can before we bail. Okay, our next study is in the same field, NGC 4229. I'll run it back to 105x. It's galaxy in Canis Venatici, magnitude 13.2, 1.1 by 0.8, spiral with a lowercase a. 308 million light years distant, RA 121638, declination plus 3338. This galaxy is about the size of our own, however, it's got a more mature core. Ours is SBC, I do believe. NGC 4233 is a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 11.9. Wow, there's several there. I'm not sure any of them are that bright, but it could be further south. So let's frame them all up. Galaxy Virgo, magnitude 11.9, 2.4 by 1.1 arc minute. I want to frame them a little bit better. Spire with a bar, the lenticular class. Boy, that would probably be the one in the upper right, because the other ones seem to have more diminished cores. 108 million light years distant. RA is 121707 with a declination of +7, 3726. Let's frame it as though this is more likely to be our galaxy. Let's check out our magnification, frame them both, and then head. NGC 4234, and we're only 15 minutes into this video. The galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 12.7. All right, let's see what type it is. It's 1.2 by 1.1, works. It's an irregular, 94 million light years distant. I think we could have high confidence in this ID. RA 121709 with a declination of +3 degrees, 40 minutes and 58 seconds outside the sky's middle third, and it has some neighbors. Pushing it up. There is our 150x view with some modeling across this NGC 4234. NGC 4235 is probably that edge-on galaxy we're seeing here. In Virgo, magnitude 11.6, 3.9 by 0.9 arc minutes, spire with a lowercase a, all that corresponds. 100 million light years distant, puts this one about 120,000 light years in diameter. RA 121709 with a declination of +7 degrees, 11 minutes, 27 seconds. I do believe it warrants a 150x, 100% e-zoom, total photon capture view. NGC 4237 is that east-west oriented edgy-on galaxy right in the middle of the field. It's in Coma-Virgo, magnitude 11.6, 2.1 by 1.4 arc minute, spire with a bar, lowercase bc, and an annularity. It's got a very well-defined frontier, 54 million light years distant, RA 121711, with a declination of +15 degrees, 19 minutes and 24 seconds. Let me reinitialize this because we just had a satellite passing. Okay, we are now recapturing without the satellite trail, and we're going to push it up to 150x for a well-defined frontier on this annular NGC 4237. NGC 4239 is a galaxy in Coma-Virgo, and I do believe it's the neighbor of the last one, 4238, I believe. Galaxy, magnitude 12.8, 1.8 by 1.2 arc minute, elliptical, 61 million light years distant. Let's run the magnification up on both and frame them. This is our NGC 4239 candidate. For definitive information, go either to the Sky Live and check out the field, or for visual, or to adventuresindeepspace.com for a verbal description of the field of view and the galaxy you're looking for. NGC 4240 is also NGC 4243. Galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 14. Visual photographic. It looks more like, if that's it, it's visual. 1.2 by 1.2 arc minute elliptical, 88 million light years distant. Yeah, that's probably our galaxy right there. Pushing it up a little bit. Framing it. Right ascension is 121724, declination -9, 5708. NGC 4241 is a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 11.9. Wow, they really are all over the field, even though Galaxy 11.9, 1.7 by 1.4 arc minute, spire with a bar, lowercase c. That does not look like a lowercase c, but it does look magnitude 11.9. RA 121759, declination +6, 3913. And here is a 150x view with a fainter galaxy to the east, which will probably not turn up until the next series. Okay, this is a huge galaxy. Wow. And fortunately, it's far north, but we're not getting roof tri blockage apparently. NGC 4244 is a galaxy in Canis Venatici. It's magnitude 10.4, 15.9 by 1.8 arc minutes. Spiral with a lowercase c. What a perfect example of the lowercase c. Just the tiniest little star-like core in the middle of an extended luminosity. Wow. All right, it's at right ascension 12/17/29 with a declination of plus 37 degrees, 48 minutes, and 25 seconds. We'll have to remember to come back to this one later for longer-term exposure. We're pretty close to the end. I might want to try it right now anyway, because it's going to be blocked at some point. Give me a chance here. I'm going to go ahead and do a 30-second exposure on NGC 4244. 3 stacks should give a great view. All right, we've now had 3 stacks of NGC 4244, that galaxy in Canis Venatici, magnitude 10.4, 15.9 by 1.8 arc minutes, spiral with lowercase c, 12.4 million light years distant, RA 12/17/29 with a declination of plus 37 degrees, 48 minutes, and 25 seconds. And this is a very spectacular view. I am tempted, of course, to press it all the way up in magnification. Glorious. NGC 4244. There's no distance estimate on it. Interesting. Have to find out what its redshift is, but it's probably quite close, within 10 to 15 million light years. Okay, I had to go back to 5-second exposure, and it wasn't far. This is probably our galaxy here. In Coma-Virgo, magnitude 11.4, quite bright, 3.3 by 2.4 arc minutes. Let's make sure we get the magnification up. Spiral with a bar, lower lenticular A with an annularity, 34 million light years distance, so not particularly large. Pushing it up to see if we can see the frontier. You can see a little bit of an S shape in the spiral arms. Right ascension 12/17/36 with a declination of plus 29 degrees, 36 minutes, and 28 seconds. NGC 4246 is a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 12/7. Got several to choose from here. 2.3 by 1.2 arc minute, but the key is it's a spiral with a lowercase c. So, and the size indicates it's not this one here. It's got a bright core. This is our NGC galaxy, NGC 4246. 169 million light years distant, so relatively large, larger than Milky Way. RA is 12/17/58 with a declination of plus 7 degrees, 11 minutes, and 8 seconds. Getting a bit chilly out here. Got them starting to shudder just a wee bit. NGC 4247 is another galaxy. Ooh, wow, something got messed up. Hold on. Oh, I put a C in it. 42, 47. Go ahead and allow some 47. All right. Should come up with the data. We got these 3 galaxies in here with 5 stacks. 4247 is a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 13.5, 0.8 by 0.7. And if it's a brightish galaxy, spiral with a bar, lowercase ab, and peculiarities. 175 million light years distant, RA 12/17/58 with a declination of plus 7/16/26. I suspect this is our study right here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit because it looks like it has a frontier. And then we are going to move on and hopefully get this all wrapped up quickly because it's getting chill. It's now 10:37 in the evening. NGC 4249 is, of course, a galaxy. It's in Virgo, magnitude 14.8. I suspect it's one of these two here. There's also an Aegean. Let's look at it. 0.5 by 0.5 arc minutes. Okay, but it's the spiral with a lowercase a. That kind of eliminates that one. 121 million light years distant, RA 121759, with a declination of plus 5 degrees, 35 minutes, 54 seconds. And now it's up to me to select a Carpe Noctem view for the evening. And I think we should take a look at the one I finished up with last night under poor conditions and just compare it in terms of 5-second exposures. Okay, we're looking at Messier 104. Now I want to point out, last night the seeing really degraded towards the end of the evening. All we saw was the northern section of the galaxy, which runs pretty much west to east. The dark lane demarcated it, but we did not see any of the luminosity to the south. Now what we're looking for here is to get a sense of a glowing orb that extends out, and we're already starting to see that. So the seeing tonight is far superior to what it was late last night, because this is actually a very nice 5-second view of Messier 104 galaxy in Virgo 8.0. I always thought it was different, but it is in Virgo. Okay, 8.6 by 4.2 arc minutes size, 50 million light years distant, puts it at probably somewhere around the size. Let's do 945. It's about the same size as Messier 31, but it's a far more mature galaxy. I believe Messier 31 is a spiral AB, and we're a BC. RA is 1239.59 with a declination of minus 11 degrees, 37 minutes, 23 seconds. I do believe it warrants, because we have a little bit of more time, 30-second exposure. Okay, we just completed our first stack at 30 seconds, and we're getting a view that's comparable to 6 stacks at 5 seconds. So, roughly the same exposure time. I am now going to play with the histogram a little bit as we wait for our next stack. I'd like to get rid of that modeling, but the problem is the sky conditions can create that. I can really darken up the background but flatten it out a little bit, but that's still not particularly attractive. So here I've pushed the right histogram over to the right, which darkens the background sky a little bit. I'm not particularly pleased with it. I can also brighten up the background sky with the left histogram setting, do all kinds of weird stuff. But let's go back to the auto histogram setting. Ooh, I do not like all that modeling in the field, and I do have noise reduction on. So not a particularly good view. I'm going to pause now for another stack and see if it cleans it up at all. Here we go. Just about to get our second stack. Nope. It's going to be 10 seconds pausing it. Let's watch the trends. Perhaps that is our best setting, manually set, and I am going to say at 28 minutes and 30 seconds in, Carpe Noctem.